Fall season is coming quickly, but before we can get excited for the autumn time, I do have to do some things. I do need to prep some of my herbs. This summer I had the biggest herb garden that I've ever had, and I was so excited because I could finally cut them down a little and dry some for the winter. So I've been drying them all summer, and now it's time to put them in little jars that I have. So we're gonna be doing that. And then we grew some onions and garlic this summer, so I'm going to be braiding the onions and braiding the garlic. And then also on this rack where I have the herbs currently is where I'm going to be putting all of my festive mugs coming up in the holiday seasons. So I just need to make sure that it's all clear and ready to go. I do always use an apron now just because I always spill stuff on me, even if it's herbs. Still gonna happen. This is all rosemary. And then this is the thyme, and this is the oregano. I also dried some mint. And I did also do some cute little lavender. So pretty. Thyme first, since I already have some in a jar. I'm just gonna lay down a tea towel because, as we have established, I can be pretty messy and I don't want to lose any of the valuable herbs. So. This is all of the thyme that I got this year, so I think what I'm gonna do next time, either double up on the plants or find a bigger pot for the thyme, because I actually use a good bit. And this is the lemon thyme, and it's so good. It smells so fresh. And then also probably double up on the oregano. I use this a ton. I do think the rosemary is pretty set. Next, we have to decide what to do with the lavender and the sweet mint. What I might do is put the mint in a jar. This one is just a little one from IKEA. It's the one storage container that I never regret buying. So I'm just gonna take these little guys and I'm gonna take the leaves off and then put them in here to put with our other teas. This smells so good. It smells just like mint. And then I'm just going to put these in here. I just refuse to use a funnel. I know a funnel would be helpful here, but I don't know. I don't have one. I just keep not buying one. So here we are. The lavender, I'm really not sure what to do with. I think I could put it in a pretty cup and like use it as dried lavender, because I'm wanting to make some lavender syrup at some point for like coffee or something, or maybe like a lemonade. But it literally is almost fall. Like it's we only have a couple weeks till fall, so I'm not sure if I actually want to do that because that feels very summery to me. I might just cut them and put them in a vase to like have them be beautiful. So one thing about me is that I will never declutter my tiny vases. They're actually really great for propagating plants, and a few years ago I just got really into propagation, so now I have a ton of these little vases and they're perfect for little things like this, like just wanting to put out a single flower or a few little flowers. I've got some that are like crystal that I found at thrift stores. We actually compost, so I'm just going to put all of that in here. Parchment is compostable, and then the string is also compostable. So excited that this worked. Like, how cute. I grew that, which I think is so cool. I feel like with gardening, for me, it can get really discouraging because you spend all this time growing something and then you don't get that much of a yield. For example, we grew carrots this year and we only ended up having enough carrots like to cook one side for dinner, and that was just kind of sad to me. I feel like with the herbs, I get so much more out of it. I can constantly use them fresh, and then I can also trim them to dry them. And I think that's been really rewarding. Plus they smell amazing. Like my whole kitchen in here, even with them dry, it just smells so good. The only thing I had to buy was the plants and then just make sure they were watered, and then I just cut them like whenever I wanted to. I think this was totally worth it. The next thing I have to do to get the house ready for fall, I have to braid these onions and garlic, and I will show you those. These are all the onions and the garlic that we grew this year. Our growing season is a little weird compared to people with normal growing seasons. We ended up picking these in May, but they're they're a little small. Like you can see my hand for scale here. It's pretty small, but I'm still really thankful that they worked out. So we will try to braid those, hopefully today. Hey y'all, so it is officially a week later and I am finally getting to the onions. I've been putting it off because it's been so hot and then it rained, and I just knew I did not want to do it inside the house. So we're going to try to do this under the carport that we have and hope for the best. At the very least, it should be like way less messy and I shouldn't have to clean up as much with all of the extra stuff that comes off. But I'm going to get set up so that we can braid onions and braid garlic. I don't know if you can hear the birds and stuff, but there's quite a bit. I think I'm going to start with the garlic just because we have like less of it. You hear the chickens? All the garlic. Do we call this a garlic haul? Like actually? Or I guess it's a harvest, garlic harvest. Ooh, it's a lot more dirt than I expected, for sure. There, okay. So I have this actually, and this is actually, it looks like a shot glass. It's actually a tasting cup from a dairy that we went to. So cute, so cute. Okay, so basically, when braiding garlic and onions, it's just like braiding hair. So if you've ever braided doll's hair or someone's hair, it's the same exact thing. especially when you get into like French braiding. So that's where it can be a little tricky. This is not going to be a clear how-to video. There's so many other people that are good at that. I'm just going to be doing it today because I just have to get this done before all of the fall season starts. So I actually braided up kind of high. Oh, lost a couple. Okay, so 2 fell off, lots of this. Just dust it off. Definitely can't do that in my kitchen, just throwing it off of the table. So here is the finished garlic. And we grew all of this garlic. This is our first time doing garlic, so they're kind of small. But I was so excited just to even get any out of the ground this year. How awesome. This is the red onions. I don't want to take too much of the dry pieces off because it actually is what's helped preserving the onions. So I'm going to keep a lot of those on. It's not the most like perfectly looking thing, but it's essential to the function of it. So I think next is yellow onions. Okay, so I got all of the onions braided, so now I just have to clean and hopefully give all of these onions to the chickens. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I am so glad that you all were able to join me today. Thanks for hanging around. I am so excited to kind of start fresh and reset this time of the year. So thank you so much for joining me. And if you have grown anything this year, be sure to let me know down below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.